Welcome to another episode of the One Life podcast. We're going to die. You can't laugh at me the whole time while I'm talking, dude.
I'm sorry.
We're going to start with somebody else.
I'm sorry. Give me just a second.
Me and Pastor Jared have gotten better at being able to make like long eye contact and not laugh, but it is hard to do. It was hard at the beginning. Well, welcome to another episode of the One Life podcast. We're doing something a little bit different this week. We are interviewing some of our new next gen staff, and our first one up is Mr. Ryder Evans. Ryder is our Preteen Director and has the best mustache this side of the Mississippi.
Oh, I appreciate it.
Yeah. So, Ryder, give us a little bit as our team, as our church gets to know you a little bit better. What exactly do you do? Meaning, like, what does a preteen director do? What age group is that for us? Maybe for a listener that doesn't know.
Yeah, so I get to hang out with the 4th, 5th, and 6th graders every Sunday. Right now, we're going through At the Movies, but normally we'll do Bible study, free play, a lot of fun activities for that age range. We're kind of in between that younger elementary school age to about to enter middle school, and so it's just a ton of fun hanging out with them.
So talk to me about this game, Nukem. I hear you guys talk about this all the time. This is like the biggest thing for 4th, 5th, and 6th graders, apparently.
Yeah, it's the craze. They love playing Nukem. It's this volleyball game where you get to catch the volleyball, and it really alters the rules. But it's really fun, and they love playing it. They're always trying to get out of Bible study early to go play it. Luckily, they normally get some time to get it, but yeah. So
I don't know if that's a selling point. They're always trying to get out of Bible study. That's not ideal, but that's okay.
Redo.
No, I'm just kidding. We're gonna keep that. All right. So here's the deal. I want them to know a little bit more about you, as far as like, hey, what was your call to ministry like? Why did you choose to work at a church? Like, did you always have this plan when you went to college? Like, walk us through your personal journey with this.
So I grew up actually unchurched, and so I ended up working at a summer camp for kids, and one of my mentors there told me that I had to get plugged into a local church when I got to college. So I got plugged in and then ended up falling in love with church and realizing why it's so important to our faith. And around junior year of college, I felt the call to ministry, leading life groups on campus and just loving pastoring and shepherding people. And so I ended up deciding that doing that in the local church setting was my calling, and I think God has really been faithful through that.
Yeah, that's really cool, man. So talk a little bit about, I want them to know a little about your soccer journey too. So like kind of what you set out to do. And it is crazy because you grew up in Texas. So when people say like, oh, I was unchurched, you're like one of 4 families in Texas to grow up unchurched. So give us a little bit about like what brought you to, because you went to GCU, what brought you to Arizona, how that played out, maybe like with your soccer history, background, all that stuff.
Yeah. So I wanted to play soccer in college. I ended up getting a free Discover trip to GCU. They hand those out to everybody. And so I took a trip. They sold me. It was a beautiful campus. And I decided that I'd try my luck at walking on at GCU. Thankfully, that didn't work out. And I ended up doing a lot of fun stuff with life groups there and campus ministry.
Yeah.
And so that's kind of how I got out here.
Yeah. I think that's a unique part of your story, right? Like listening to God's direction, even in an area that you would say like you thought you were coming here for this. God wanted you here, but wanted you here for a different reason. You felt the call to ministry, and then being so close to One Life. So that's kind of the next question I want to ask you is like, what brought you to One Life? What are you excited about as part of being a part of the team here at One Life?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was really cool just seeing how vibrant of a ministry we already had here. I got to come in and shadow and just check out what was happening with the 4th, 5th, and 6th graders. And there's so much energy in the room. The kids were really focused in during Bible study. They were enjoying everything. And so I just thought it was really cool to get to see how I could come in and disciple these kids. And it's been really awesome seeing their growth, seeing how much they love the word, how much the family aspect of our church, like how family focused we are. It's been awesome.
Sweet, man. So give us also, you are engaged.
Yes.
And tell us a little bit about Abby, how you guys met, and then when's the big day?
Yeah. So we met last year. at my community group for our floor. She saw a flyer and came with her friends.
So that's a plug right there. Life group is the way to find your spouse.
It is.
There you go. Find friends and find fiancés.
Yes.
That's what it stands for.
It worked. And so we connected through there and started dating, and we're getting married in January. January 4th is our date. And so super thankful to have her, love her very much.
Congrats, dude. That's
Thank you.
awesome. Well, thanks for being here. Thanks for being a part of it. We love having you on the team, and we're excited to see what God does with you and Abby on this ministry journey. Thanks, man.
Thank you.
All right, next on the team, I'm interviewing Elizabeth Ormeo. She goes by Lizzie. She's our kids director all the way from the great area, Duval, Jacksonville, Florida. Come on, Lizzie, tell us a little bit about what brought you all the way out here to Arizona.
I would say the Lord. It's very a clear answer. I did not think I would be here, but the Lord had other plans for my life, and grew up in Jacksonville. I was raised in a faithful home, and I kind of had my own journey of faith and trying to figure out if I wanted to do ministry full-time or not, and kind of having that same thought process throughout middle school and high school, and realizing that I wanted to do ministry full-time, and kind of went this journey of trusting the Lord, and wherever he sent me, I went. Cool. Yeah.
Well, we're glad he sent you to us, and you come from a ministry family. You just mentioned it.
Yes.
One of the things I love about your story is just that you've seen ministry, you've been exposed to ministry, and you still have a calling. A lot of people have like, oh, I've seen that. I don't want anything to do with that. You're like, no, I want to lean into that. Yeah. I want to be a part of it. You're coming from Elevate Life Church in Jacksonville. So really cool church over there. Yeah. We actually do a lot of similar things. We've learned a lot from them, from other churches. So speak to your time there, what you learned at Elevate Life and what you were excited to bring with you here to One Life.
Yeah. I grew up in that church. I was raised in the kids ministry, youth ministry, college ministry, young adults ministry. And so I learned so much things. I learned one of my favorite things I learned from Elevate was how to be a leader, how to grow leaders, how to really just have a healthy culture of leaders. And I was raised by amazing leaders that called that out of me. And at a young age, they were like, you are more, and your story is crazy, and how you were just placed on this earth at 26 weeks old, and now you're an adult and you're running a kids ministry. I feel like that is one of the things that I love about my church. They always believed in me, and they never not believed in me.
Yeah. Yeah, and you have a really cool story. So speak into that a little bit more too. Just like your background, you were adopted. Speak into some of that in your family and how all that played out.
Yeah, so I was born at 26 weeks. Doctors told me that if I lived past 5, I wouldn't have a normal quality life. And my parents were like, not this child, not my daughter. Mm-hmm. I was adopted at the age of 5. And my parents their faith really just made me want to be Christian and really have faith of like, I had so many stats, so many numbers on me, and doctors were like, we can't help you. But I knew that the Lord, that was the answer. Like, I knew that I needed to trust in the Lord and trust that he had me, and he did. And it took many years, many surgeries, many doctors and no's and like maybes, and really just crazy how I look back at that time and I'm like, it was insane. Yeah. I didn't talk till I was 9 years old, and so that's crazy in itself that I didn't have a voice till I was 9. And we always joke that I'm trying to catch up on the years I didn't have a voice and talk, and but yeah, no, I tested to my parents that they were just always praying, always had my back, always knew that like I was more, and even with the medical stuff that I deal with now, it feels like it just was. Now that I look back on it, it's the Lord that was with me and Justin.
Yeah. I love that. That's awesome.
Yeah.
So at your church in Jacksonville, they do At the Movies too.
Yes.
So talk about like what your experience was with At the Movies, and then some things that you've noticed maybe we do differently or cooler here at One Life.
Yeah, we do At the Movies at my home church. They would go all out. Some say more all out than normal. So when I came here, I was expecting, the level of highness to be there, but I think that it's actually cooler the way we do it. It's all video, which I love that. We do it more live over there, and so I just love the video format of how we do it here, and just the kids experience and seeing that from kids ministry. Yeah.
Yeah. So let's talk about that. Why kids ministry? You could have done several different things. Why did you choose kindergarten through third grade? What a unique demographic to minister to.
Fun fact, I did youth for a year before I did kids, and I realized that it was not for me. I love the youth age, but it was not for me. And then I fell in love with just kids. I fell in love with that age group because I feel like they're always like the underdogs. They're not really the kids that you like. Most ministries are always like nursery or like youth or like preteens, but they're not. That elementary age is so crucial, and it's like I was in elementary. I needed leaders who speaking to me, and there wasn't much of leaders like that at all until you got to youth or preteen. So I want to be that person to my kids and cultivate that spirit of having a spiritual journey. I feel like even when they're young, I feel like that is key.
That's cool.
That spiritual journey. Yeah,
I love it. So, real quick, in the interview process, getting to know you, I would always ask questions like, do you have any hobbies, sports teams you like to watch?
Yeah.
What so there's pretty much, or like, I think I asked you, hey, this is a great place to like paddleboard. Do you like to like go skiing? You want to go to Flagstaff? And you were like, no. So tell, like, what do you like to do? What does Lizzie like to do? What's your hobby?
I love to bake and cook. That's one of the things. I'm very much a homebody. I'm not much an outdoor girl. I do not like to paddleboard or go to the mountain and like hike.
No hiking.
No.
You're not playing with rattlesnakes.
No.
Yeah.
Like sports, love them, but I don't know anything about them at all. But yeah, I'm very much a homebody. I'm very like chill. I like to just relax and just hang out with people I love and just make them food and
that's cool.
Play games and chill.
What's your favorite board game?
Ooh, Catan. I love Catan.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah.
All right. I don't think we've ever played.
We haven't played
Catan together. No. I'd probably dominate you, but
maybe.
It's fine.
No, we shall see.
Yeah. All right. There we go. Well, Lizzie, thanks for being a part of the team. Thanks for answering God's call to come serve at One Life. We love having you leading our kids department. We're excited about you, your ministry future here, and all that God has in store.
Thank you.
Thanks. All right. Last but certainly not least is Mr. Caleb Williams, our youth pastor here at our One Life Mesa campus. And Caleb, how in the world did you get here all the way from New York?
Yeah, I think me and my wife, we were praying, and it was kind of certainly that our season in New York was ready for someone else. And the leader there is great. And so we were praying a lot. We applied to a lot, and it just kept feeling like it wasn't the right place. And the more we started to search, my wife was like, let's move somewhere warm. And I think now she's like, I don't think I meant this warm. But we just kept praying, and then we found One Life, and it was just, the more we looked into it, the more we looked on social media, the more services we watched, it just felt like, okay, something good is happening here. And if we get the chance to be here, we would love to be a part of the team. And so Arizona is one of the top 5 places I never wanted to live. But God,
hold on, I would like to revisit that list. So give us that list. What else is there?
South Dakota.
Okay.
Is number 1.
Okay.
Florida is number 2.
Interesting.
And then Michigan and Illinois, because I lived there. But big Michigan fan. My parents still live in Ann Arbor, but I would never want to live in Michigan. And then Arizona bottomed that 5.
What an interesting. Well, God calls you to places, I guess you don't want to go.
The real life Jonah.
That's hilarious. So I have heard you talk about this, and I'm the same way. Even coming from Florida and Texas, I think the summers here are brutal. You moved here in the summer,
yes,
but now it's November. It's kind of chilly in the morning. Still, the same perspective?
Still the same perspective. I think warm is warm. There's no snow at Christmas time. My tree is up, but there's no snow. So
your tree's already up.
My tree is already up.
You're a pre-Thanksgiving tree guy.
I'm pre-Halloween tree guy.
Oh my!
I could put it up in October.
That's a hot take, literally.
Perfectly content. We watched Elf. We put up the tree. We're already watching Christmas movies. Now we're talking about Hallmark. Like, we're ready for it. But all my friends are posting about first snow. I don't get that.
Well, all right. So this leads me, because you're most excited
Yes.
about, and I think we can announce this on
Yeah.
here, even though did the students know?
Students know.
Okay. The winter retreat is coming up in January.
We're so excited.
This is your time in
This is my
Arizona to go to the snow. So
Yeah.
give us a quick plug, like what's happening with our youth
Yeah,
in
so
January.
winter retreat, we're going up to Flagstaff. We're going to do a ski trip for 2 days, but we decided to make it overnight because why not make something overnight, right?
That's fair.
And
Okay.
so we're going to Flagstaff. We found a few houses to rent, and so we're going to have 4 services, life groups, a ton of food, and we're going to go skiing and snowboarding. So it's going to be a great weekend. A lot of the students have told me they have never seen snow before,
Wow.
and we just need to fix this. It's a problem.
Yeah.
This is a real life issue that needs to be resolved. I know Jesus is the number one at this winter retreat.
But snow is number
Snow
2.
is yes, number 2.
Is that what the t-shirts are going to say? Jesus won snow too?
No,
Okay. All right. Well,
no,
that's a pretty cool marketing idea,
Snow.
just so you know.
yeah, no.
All right. So tell us a little bit more. So you mentioned you're married.
Yes.
Talk about Brianna, talk about Callaway, your
Yeah.
son, kind of how did you guys meet? And ultimately, like, what was it like as a family unit? Because that's different than
Yeah.
what we just mentioned with Ryder and Lizzie coming to new locations, taking a job, like looking forward to a family
Yeah.
being established. But it's a whole different ballgame when you already have a family somewhere else and you're uprooting that, answering the call on, honestly, to move to your top 5 worst places. Okay.
Not
Like,
worst places.
What has that journey been like for you?
So I met Brianna at an internship program. Like, we have a residency program here at One Life. We met at a residency program. I moved from Michigan to Illinois, and we met through a friend. I needed to get out of a hangout. I can say this now because the people are not going to watch this that I never wanted to hang out with. But
Okay.
they invited me to a hangout, like a party, and I had nothing else to do. And so my roommate was like, "We've got nothing going on. We'll go." And I was like, "Wait, don't want to go." But I was already like plugged into going. And so Sydney was her name. And she was like, "Hey, I'm actually going to hang out with Brianna." And I was like, "Please let me go. I need to get out of this. I don't want to go." And so we went and saw Instant Family, great movie.
Yeah.
And so we went and saw Instant Family, and then went to Chili's, #1 restaurant in the world.
Wow.
And
Even a hotter
and-
take. They keep getting warmer.
and,
My goodness.
and so we went to Chili's, and Sydney had to leave to go to the bathroom. And so I was just sitting with Brianna, and I was like, "Hey, just tell me about yourself." I was not trying to riz Brianna up or anything. I was just trying to be polite. Didn't want to sit there awkwardly with someone that I've never met before.
Yeah.
And so we started talking, and after that, we just kept talking, and, we started dating, and now we're married. And now we have the coolest kid named Callaway, who is the most athletic 2-year-old you'll ever meet in your life.
Interesting.
Yes.
All right. Big plans for Callaway.
He needs to pay my
Is he
bills one
supposed to
day.
be a golfer?
I don't know. I don't
okay.
care. As long as he can pay the mortgage one day.
Was that the plan with naming him Callaway? Are you
No.
a big golf guy?
I like to golf. Am I good at it? Will I ever play in the PGA Tour? No. But I like to go dabble and hit a few balls.
Okay.
But yeah.
All right. So tell us, this is, I think, at your church in New York, and
Yeah.
previously you've experienced at the movies.
Yeah.
But talk to us a little bit about One Life's at the movies the last couple weeks. What have you seen? What's kind of stuck out to you a little bit?
Yeah. It is very interesting here at One Life. It's something I've never experienced before. We did at the movies in New York, and it was like 75% live. And so
Okay.
it was like 3-minute clips, and then still like a 20-minute message. And so it was very different than coming here. I remember it being said like, "Oh, we do at the movies different." And so then you had a preview week in July, but you guys can't show it online. So I was
Yeah.
like, okay, well, I guess I'll find out in November.
Yeah.
And so, but it's been very different. It's been pretty cool.
Yeah.
Brianna and I have definitely liked it. And, seeing this atmosphere that's set and very intentional, and just making sure that the movie is really guiding the story, and then Pastor Jared coming alongside and just like guiding the spiritual moments. It's definitely interesting, and we really like it. It's been really cool to experience something different, and something that has a little bit more intentionality behind it.
Yeah. That's cool, man. So give us a little bit more as far as youth specific.
Yeah.
Kind of like why do you feel like God called you to do youth ministry? And then ultimately, like, what you're the most excited about for the youth department here.
Yeah. God, I think when I was in youth group, I definitely got saved in youth group. I was a pastor's kid, and then my parents got out of ministry, and it was very difficult on my brother and I. And I think my brother took more of the route away from, a little bit more away. And so he's still a believer and attends church. But I think I gravitated more towards, okay, let's dive into more like, what can God do for me kind of thing when I was a teenager. And then my life group leader stepped alongside of me and was like, okay, let's dive deeper into this. And I fell in love with youth group. I fell in love with the games. I know that's kind of a hot take too if people watch this and say Caleb and games, God forbid. But but the game side of it, the worship side of it, and the message side of it, just getting students to choose Jesus. And it really took my heart. And the more I prayed, the more I kind of sat with my youth pastor and my small group leader, like it just felt more like the local church was more my calling. And the more I dived into youth culture and how youth teenagers think and how we can use that as strategy to get students to choose Jesus, it just, gravitated more of who I am and how I like to think. And so I chose youth ministry and, junk food and Jesus. That's kind of all it is. It's
another
fun.
great shirt.
It's fun. It's always going to be fun. Teenagers are always going to tell you what they think. And I like that. And the youth department here, we're going to have fun. I think, I say it all the time. I think the teenagers are a little bit tired of hearing me say it, but we're going to grow deeper in our faith and we're going to have fun at church and we're going to become a family. And, those are the three big things I believe in. When we grow deeper in our faith, we're going to have fun at church. And when we have fun at church, we're going to become a family. And so youth department here is just going to be one big happy family that has a lot of big inside jokes, a lot of fun retreats and big camps. So I think it's going to be a good time.
Good, man. We're super excited to have you, Brianna, and Callaway here as a part of our team. And again, we're happy and grateful that you answered the call, even to move to one of your top 5 worst places.
Not worst, just least favorite.
Love it. All right, man. Well, thanks for being here. Thanks for being a part of it. And we're excited to see what the future looks like. Thanks, man.
Peace.